So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I would like to announce the first speaker of this very first session on the topic process industry transformation. The session is entitled New Digital Options in Preventing Incidents in the Process Industry. And welcome to Amir Amini. He's with Schneider Electric. He's Global Business Development Manager, Remote Operations. And the presentation is entitled SCADAPack 47xi Remote Smart RTU and Controller with Integrated Edge Platform. So welcome on stage.
Thank you. You hear? You hearing? Yeah. Good morning, everyone. I'm Amir Amini. So today we're going through the SCADAPack 47xi Smart RTU, a rugged controller. It's a sorry, it's not technical issue with remote operation. That's why it's important to have it. So in Schneider Electric, we have different automation solutions for different segments. So with the EcoStruxure architecture, we have machine process. So with the remote operations, it's where in different segments, in different applications, your customer assets are scattered in the wide geographical area where they have difficulties to communicate and get the data. For that, we see that the challenges that you see in the remote operations are that your product, customer, it's harsh. So the temperature minus 40 to 70 degrees in water, in energy and chemicals, renewables. You see that there are harsh environment means that there are corrosive atmosphere at the field, so they need to make sure that the product is resistant against this harsh environment like H2S or other corrosive atmosphere, that it can increase the life cycle of the product. Often you will communicate with the unreliable communications like 3G, 4G, nowadays 5G, that you don't have a fiber optic. So make sure that you can send the data without losing the data from the remote assets to your SCADA software or any other software like analytics. In some cases, we see that you need to have a low power. Low power equipment is important to make sure that they can work with the of course, right? Oh.
I think we switched to that one.
Yeah, that's why a rugged stuff is always better. So within the Schneider Electric, we have a solution with a product called SCADAPack. It's not new in the market. This SCADAPack controllers started from 1980s as a remote terminal units or compact controller, industrial rugged controllers that they have multiple Ethernet serial ports in each controller, like 2, 3 serial ports, 4 serial ports on Ethernet. They have I/Os built in to make it compact and make it more low powered. But of course, if we want to increase the number of I/Os, we can increase it as well. It can communicate with unreliable communication, 3G, 4G, 5G, satellite, fiber optic, through the external modems, of course. Operates minus 40 to 70 degrees. It's a G3 conformal coated, means that it's highest level of coating sitting on the board and CPU to make it more rugged and increase the life cycle when it's installed at the industrial areas. It has the Zone 2 certification, so if you want to install it in oil and gas applications, you can, in wellheads, in pipeline or other application, you can install it. And it has a high MTBF. It supports industrial protocols built in, so DMP3 highest level, DMP3 level 4 as a client and server, both serial and Ethernet. Modbus IC104, DMP3, it's cyber secured. We have the Achilles level 2 tested products, and we make sure that remotely you can configure and program these controllers. Means that if you have some changes for maintenance purpose, or if you want to do some changes on your application, you can do it remotely, even through narrow bandwidth communications. But we came with the SCADAPack I. Why is that? Because we saw that in the market, not only the automation with the Industry 4.0, not automation is needed for just for monitoring, running some logics and control, but also most of the customers that are asking for more and more IoT features. They want to do some analytics at the edge level. They want to send the data to the cloud. So these controllers, in addition of the automation, they need to do the IoT features as well. So SCADAPack is a harsh IoT device as well. At the edge level, you can do the IC61131, so function plug, ladder, ST, and the rest, but you can do the IoT applications as well. If you look at and zoom on the SCADAPack, if you see the RTOS, which is the real-time operating system, this is the PLC or RTU functionality that you have your sensors, your transmitter connect to the RTU, to the digital analog input, or through the serial and Ethernet ports. But there is a Linux card inside the same controller. What it does, that adds the feature of the IoT in that. For example, you can add C, C++, Python. You can use protocols that is not supported in the industrial controllers like PLC, for example, MQTT, SparkPlug-B, OPC-UA. You want to convert the data and send it to the cloud. So you can send the data to the SCADA systems, but in addition, you can send it to the cloud, for example, directly to your analytics. You can deploy some edge applications, like if you want to run some apps for analytics, you can do it at the edge level using the SCADAPack I. The main thing is that both database is available in the same controller for the industrial applications, the ICC1131, and the IoT in the same controller. And we kept all the features of harshness in the same product. In addition, we added the IE66243 SL2. Next release, we have the SL2 as well, that for the cybersecurity of the product. So if you see the applications, one of the applications that we see common, that customers has a brownfield, they have a PLC or older type of the RTUs, and they want to send the data to the cloud. So we can use the SCADAPack using Ethernet or serial. You connect your brownfield PLC or controllers and convert the protocol to MQTT, OPC-UA, SparkPlug, and send it to the cloud or to the other applications. But sometimes the customers have other sensors like Modbus transmitter or the other transmitters, and they combine it with the same, so they run the logic on that, they do the monitoring and control the assets, but in addition, they are sending the data to the cloud. The other application we see is that HMIs, or remote maintenance. So often we see that customers at the panel, they are putting the HMI, local HMI, and then they need to use the software to program that. What we can do in the SCADAPack 47xi, we have a web server that using the Node-RED or Aviva Edge. Aviva Edge is a software with we can run it in the local RTU. With that, what we do here is that we can deploy the applications like SCADA systems inside the RTU. In that means that you don't need to communicate to the SCADA systems. You can have your tablet, your phone, and you connect it, and you have your screens like what you have it in your SCADA system. What is the benefit? In case that you have hazardous location or harsh environment, for example, you have the storm, and then the maintenance people, they cannot go out, or you're at the wellhead and you have a high H2S, And because of safety, the maintenance people, they cannot go out. So the truck can be using the tablet or the phone and connect remotely using, for example, industrial Wi-Fi or cellular, connect to the controller and do the maintenance instead of connecting the control locally to the controller. We are running the Node-RED and Aviva Edge, and using that, we can redirect the messages, alarms to the nominated users as a SMS or email or mobile apps. What is the benefit? Most of the customers, during the communication loss between the RTU or the controller at the field to the SCADA, they need to redirect the alarms to the nominated users, for example, maintenance people, the operators, directly from the controller. We can, using the Aviva Edge and the Node-RED, which we run it in the Linux part of the SCADAPack, we can redirect the alarm and to the nominated users using SMS or email. The other application is the Edge Analytics. So if you want to run some analytics, we can run the containers or Dockers inside the SCADAPack I, and we link it with the database that we have it from the controller. So you have your sensors, you have your controllers connected through the IOs or Modbus to the controller, and then on top of that, in the Linux, you can run the containers. For example, you want to do optimization of your production. You want to do some predictive maintenance already from the field level. So you can run these containers inside the SCADAPack at the edge level, you can do it. We have done some applications, for example, in the ESP, electrical submersible pumps, and we are doing some leak detection. We are adding some leak detection inside the application that inside the controllers. Moreover, as I said, many customers, they want to run C, C++. New engineers from the universities, they use the Python for programming, and these are ready for them to use that. I've been working with, or as a Schneider, we are working with some customers that they want to run some application, the mobile phones, so they have the apps, they are developing apps that they can connect to the controller using the Python. So they're adding the program, they're making the apps, and using for example, REST API or other communication, they develop this and they connect it to the apps. But one of the things is important in the IoT world, and we see that we are more connecting to the IT people and IoT world, is cybersecurity. For the cybersecurity, we have added many features in the SCADAPack. One of them is for example, the app Armor, that is really a cybersecurity feature that using that, every user who is connected to the controller, depends on their credentials, the privileges, they can connect to the right app. So if I have developed an app for ESP, for example, and someone else is developing some apps for analytics, if I connect it, I can only connect to the ESP part and do the changes in the ESP, and I don't have any access to others. More than that, we have added the LDAP for the Active Directory, so you can connect the SCADAPack to the Active Directory of the customers. I have a slide next to that. I will explain the RBAC, Role-Based Access Control. And we support the OpenVPN to create a virtual private network to the customer's network. So if you see in the RBAC, Role-Based Access Control, that the customers, they want to really give the security to all the RTUs, to all the controllers in the assets, from the connected to their Active Directory, to their IT department, to give the privileges to different users. So for example, I am a maintenance person of Schneider Electric, doing some jobs for a company X. So after commissioning from the IT department, they can remove me. Or if there is a user that it needs to only work on some specific apps, through the IT, through their domain, they can give that, and it's connected to security platforms like the CyberArk, SolarWinds, or QR, you can connect it to the Active Directory and give the permission with the role-based access control. And using that, you don't need to really individually go to each controller at the field and connect it. From your IT department, you can deploy the security overall to the systems. If you visit our booth in exactly upstairs in 11, hall 11.1, you can see we talk about the automation expert or EcoStruxure automation expert, which is based on the ICCT 1499. We are developing the EcoStruxure automation expert in our SCADAPack soon. So what it adds, it's really adding the 61449 features that you are more on the software-centric development. You don't need really it's really adding the value that instead of doing a lot of engineering on the control and philosophy of the logics, you make sure that you are using the experience of the others, and then it's really vendor agnostics that you can develop the application. The focus will be on more high-end rather than the all those logics that we have developed in the past. So you can really use those old platforms and deploy it on the SCADAPack or other controllers in the Schneider Electric. For more information, you please visit us in 11.1. We have a demo and a detailed presentation about the EcoStruxure automation experts. So as a summary, SCADAPack 47xi is a remote terminal unit with a PLC functionality. We can do the flow measurements like liquid or gas flow measurement in that. It's an edge controller, like an IoT platform. You can do all of those IoT platforms as well. It has a web applications that you can run the HMIs, and is a cyber-secured controller as well, with meeting the requirement of the cybersecurity that is required for all the companies. If you have any question, you can. I'll stay here. We can talk, but you can scan my QR, and you will have my contacts as well. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. So the papers are open for questions. Are there any questions? Perhaps one on my side. You were talking about the possibility to integrate third-party apps. So does that in any way affect the measures for cybersecurity?
Yeah. So that's a good question. Yes, that's why we have developed all those features that we follow the standards for the cybersecurity. So there are different cybersecurities, like the RBAC, role-based access control, means that if you are a user that you are, for example, connecting your app only for monitoring or control, or also as an engineer, depends on your privileges, we give this one. So the role-based access control is really supporting to make sure that the right person is connected. And from this, when it's connected to your Active Directory of your customer, your IT, from the IT level, maybe you say, oh, okay, I want to, because you lost your phone, and you give this, you lost your phone, and you want to give this to your IT that I lost my phone. From the IT, they close all the connections, all your privileges that you had with the RTU. So you don't need to go to the field. The shift at night can close it, your account. So like the way that if you lose your laptop today, your company laptop, they can close all your information and no access to the controller. Thank you. Any other questions?
Thank you. Right. So please, questions. Okay, that seems not to be the case anymore. So thank you again with a round of applause to Amir.
Thank you.